Sally, I understand that you've been working with Heather Maitland to do a piece of work around understanding your audiences as a group. Could you tell me a little bit more about this?
Yes, I'm co-leading this project. We felt that we had an awful lot of information in a lot of the venues, or other venues felt like they needed more information to inform management decisions, strategic decisions, and of course increasingly to help us build audiences and to build income, of course. So the commission to Heather, who is a data analysis expert, came out of the venues, and the process very much came out of what was needed in individual venues. She started off the project by actually meeting us all as a group and literally getting a list of what we needed to find out, what our priorities were, what our big wish list was. And she has then started asking us to collect and present data, which she is forming into reports, which she's telling us all sorts of useful information about where our audiences are coming from, how often they're coming, where there is potential new audiences, where we're, what sort of prices we're using, and where there's potential perhaps to make more income through adjusting those sort of things. So there's a huge amount of interesting information coming out of it. The project rolls out to the visual arts venues as well, which obviously will be addressed in a slightly different way, given the fact that they're not actually ticketed in a large part. And the project will be continuing throughout the rest of this year.
And what has been the result from this phase of the project?
The first phase has been working with the venues who have got ticketed systems, ticketed marketing systems, and we have all had individual reports and meetings with Heather, from which each venue will come up with a priority action plan, probably 4 or 5 main priorities that they want to tackle, some actions, and they will set themselves some target outputs that they want to achieve through this project. To see whether this information that they have and the actions they put into place as a result can actually make that difference.
And did you find that you were going to work on common themes?
There are some common themes, and there are some things that are quite specific. So there might be something, we've looked very much at the crossover of our audiences in Lincolnshire, which has told us some very interesting things in the fact that there is quite limited crossover. So there's some definite things that we will collaborate on. For instance, we can do more joint programming without worrying too much about crossing over with each other's audiences. But then on the other hand, individual venues have got we've done a lot of geographic analysis. Individual venues might have some particular target areas where they think they might be able to increase their audiences, which obviously aren't the same for other venues. So it's a mixture of collaborative things that we can do and things very specific to individual venues.
Did you decide that you were going to do new things around your web?
Yes. Now, one of the things that Heather is most interested in, I think, especially as web and electronic media marketing tends to be lower cost, there is some potential definitely to improve this area, we think, just by doing some tidying up of websites, using more communicating with the customer a little bit better through our websites, making sure they are taken through easily to the places they need to be, either to find out information or buy tickets, but also to replace some more expensive marketing and media with online communication.